What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Vengeance here to give you a battlefield breakdown on Reward for Courage today. Reward for Courage is always going to be this top left battlefield here. Um, it is increased stats provided by weapons and runes by 50% for all heroes. All heroes can't restore HP. So, on defense, if you can't restore HP, you're gonna die. You're gonna die maybe immediately. Maybe you'll die after some attacks, but theoretically, if you can't heal, you can't survive. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not 100% true. There are some teams that perform incredibly well in Reward for Courage. Those teams are going to be teams with shields. Shields. So you can't heal, but you can produce shields on this battlefield. Um, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a defensive team that will produce shields right at the start of the fight so that you have a cushion. Not only do you have a cushion, but you have a cushion in creating the mana needed to create specials to kill that attacking team. In order to do this, you would love to have Midas's exclusive weapon Killer's Will. It'll put a large shield on all 5 of your teammates at the beginning of the fight. You also will want to deploy as many light tower heroes as possible. The more that you deploy, the more of a shield that you get out of the gate. So you have a much larger cushion than you would if you didn't have shields. So um, if you're creating a defensive team for this battlefield, and you may not have the characters for it, maybe you do. The perfect setup, in my personal opinion, is Malfort, Midas, Aurelia, Survivor, and a 5th of your choice. Good alternatives are Lupita, Cathbad, Idritha, Zoser's not terrible, and possibly Wukong. Wukong isn't really on the same level with a lot of the other characters I just mentioned. But to create the perfect Reward for Courage defense, you're going to look for Malfort, and Malfort can be equipped with his exclusive or Survivor's exclusive, or a Cursed Axe. Midas is going to have his exclusive equipped to him. Aurelia is going to have a Cursed Soul equipped to her. And Survivor, in my opinion, can roll with the Energizing Whip because his passive produces shield anyways. And let me just tell you how that works on defense. So as long as you have the Energizing Whip on your Reward for Courage defense, your defense is going to start with 60% mana. And it's also going to start with all those shields right off the bat. So you're going to get your specials quickly and easily because you started with more mana. And then you are going to take out people on that defense before your shield ever goes down. It is essential that you have characters like these that will produce shields throughout the fight, so you can't be outlasted. Malfort will create throughout the fight. Midas will create throughout the fight. Aurelia with a Cursed Soul will create throughout the fight. Survivor with his passive will create throughout the fight. And that 5th that I talked about, it's up to you. Cathbad, a lot of what he does is heals, and he also has the control where he can turn people into mushrooms, but he also does produce shields quite often. If you can equip a Warmonger to Cathbad, he will suffice on that team. Lupita the same. Same goes for Lupita. You could also, if you run with Lupita, you could give her the energizing whip and give Survivor his exclusive, and that team is quite strong. Um, but the thought being for reward for courage, as long as you have shields out, you don't need to heal because you're not taking damage. You're taking damage to shields instead of your HP. A lot of times, the enemy attacker will die before you ever take a single point of damage, as long as you're building your team correctly. Um, I can't really give you a great attacking strategy other than look for teams that run multiple colors and then stack against it. Stacking meaning running multiple of the opposing weakness against it. So if you ran, for instance, Cathbat in that team, you would have 2 green. You would also have 2 blue because of Aurelia's Survivor. So you could match Fire against the Cathbad and Malford, or you could match a green team against Aurelia and Survivor. Um, but against a really good reward for courage shielding team, it is a tough force to overcome. Will serve you quite well and serve your alliance quite well. I hope this video has been informative for you, and I hope that you can eventually deploy this type of strategy for reward for courage, and it can reap you and your alliance many benefits. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like and subscribe, and make sure that you don't miss out on any of my future Alliance War Battlefield videos.